Welcome to our final night of the Big Five Project Area Informationals. Tonight we are focusing on our leadership and citizenship project in the 4-H program. So in the 4-H program, we like to give our 4-Hers a lot of different leadership and citizenship type opportunities. So within this project area, we have citizenship, global citizenship, community service, leadership, public speaking, theater and performance arts, workforce and career prep, and youth entrepreneurship. So a lot of these project areas don't necessarily have a contest attached to them. It's more of some different learning opportunities for the kids. So we're going to go over that in the next few slides. So in the 4-H program, we like to have the kids have an opportunity to give back to the community that they're a part of. So community service is one of the big areas in 4-H that we like to focus on. Some different project opportunities for this could be any type of local service days. If you want to clean up the school garden or the side of the highway, anything like that. Our one-day 4-H day is a day of giving back that we do across the entire state of Texas. Actually across the entire nation, and it's a day of giving back to your community. You can do some different self-led community service activities, whether it's in your club meetings or if you just choose to do it on your own. And another opportunity that we typically get statewide is our Super Bowl of Caring, which is basically a food drive that we then donate to the food bank here in San Angelo. So for citizenship, we have some different project opportunities as well. So we have National 4-H Week, which is a week-long event that helps us promote the 4-H program. So each day you could give some announcements at school talking about 4-H. You could tell your friends about 4-H, or you could even, hold a little assembly at your school for the 4-H program. We also have 4-H Day at the Capitol, which is a day where 4-Hers will go to the Texas Capitol and get to see kind of what a day looks like in the life of a congressman or a senator. We have Texas 4-H Congress, which is a lot like 4-H Day at the Capitol, except it is a 3-day event, and the kids actually immerse themselves in the process of writing a bill, to debating the bill, to voting on the bill. So they get to act as if they are senators, congressmen, lobbyists, the whole 9 yards. It's a really great experience. It happens on even years typically, and it is open to only high school age 4-Hers. There's also Commissioner Court Interpretation Days where they could come to the Commissioner Court with their extension agent and talk a little bit about what the 4-H program is doing. You can serve on local community groups, and then there's also National 4-H Congress, which happens in Atlanta. Again, this is open for senior-aged 4-Hers, and you get to go to Atlanta and work with people from across the states and come up with some game plans for some different problems. Then we have our Global Citizenship Project area. So some project opportunities within this are Global Leadership Opportunities Beyond Education, or GLOBE. And with that, you learn a little bit about some ways that other nations are facing or fixing some problems they have. It's a really great experience. We also have international exchange programs where we welcome in about 20 to 30 kids from Japan, and you can be a host home for them. So you have them for the entire summer. They get to see a little bit about Texas 4-H, a little bit about Texas, and that's a great time as well. We also have an outbound exchange program where you can actually go to another country and see a little bit about what life looks like there. And then lastly, we have our global citizenship study trips. So these are going to happen every other year, and it is a typically 10-day long event where you actually will go travel abroad, do some sightseeing, learn about some of the different things that happen in those countries, and that is also a really great experience as well. So the next project area we're going to talk about is our leadership project. So most of these positions or ambassador opportunities that I'm going to talk about are mostly for our senior age 4-Hers, but it's definitely something if you're a younger 4-Her that you can look forward to when you do become a senior age 4-Her. So these are all going to be different statewide, minus county council and club positions and district council. These are going to be statewide ambassador programs that you can apply for, and then through a process you can get accepted into these programs. So our equine and our livestock program are going to be the ones that are under our ag and livestock project area. And so with those two, you'll actually do a little bit of a short course where you learn a little bit about the industry, take some stuff in, and get to talk with some people from the industry. Our fashion and interior design ambassador focuses on our fashion and interior design project area. So they might put on some different fashion workshops, work with their county agent to bring new opportunities to their county. Our Healthy Texas Youth Ambassadors work closely with the FCH agents as well as the 4-H agents and do better at promoting the health program and put on different workshops that are related to that. We do have a photography program where you can become an ambassador for that. And so they'll use that a lot for some different photos that they might need or workshops that the county might need, something like that, or stuff like that. We also have a shooting sports ambassadors program. So with that, you become an ambassador and you really get to talk about the shooting sports program and why it's important. We also have our STEM ambassadors who a lot of times they'll put on videos throughout the 4-H year, and they also help with the different videos that happen at Texas 4-H Roundup, as well as Texas 4-H Congress when we have it. The last state level one I'm going to talk about is Texas 4-H Council, and in order to be on that, you actually have to either be elected onto a district council or you can serve as a delegate at large. So the Texas 4-H Council is in charge of planning some different statewide opportunities for the kids. Their biggest one is going to be helping with planning Texas 4-H Roundup, as well as Texas 4-H Congress. But they also plan Junior Leadership Retreat that happens typically in November out at the conference center. And so, like I said, their main job is to just bring some different opportunities to the kids, whether it's virtual or in person. Next up, we have our District 4-H Council. So through this process, you get elected onto this board. District 7 has 7 different officer positions that you can run for. So you'll submit an application, run for office, give a speech, answer some questions, and then we'll vote and select who our new district council will be. And then for county council and club positions, that's obviously going to be more local. For club positions, that's going to happen in your 4-H meetings. County council is going to be the council that kind of helps plan out the different 4-H events for the year.
Hi, my name is Sierra Killam, and I'm here to talk to you about leadership. I'm here to talk to you about all the leadership opportunities 4-H has to offer. Just a few that I'm involved in is I'm a club officer, county council member, and a Healthy Texas Youth Ambassador. Through these activities, I have gained confidence in myself, met many new people that are lifelong friends now, and most of all, served as a role model to younger 4-Hers. My suggestion to you is you to take the advantages of the leadership opportunities 4-H has to offer.
The leadership contest that is attached to this project area, so it is our Leaders for Life contest. It is a 4 to 6 member team, and basically what you do is you conduct a 4-H meeting using proper parliamentary procedure. So through this contest, you learn the basics of Parley Pro and how to properly run a meeting. For the senior-aged Leaders for Life teams, they do have to complete a service learning project, which helps give back to the community. And then there is also a questions and answer portion to the contest. So each team is asked 10 questions, and it's just about some basic Parley Pro knowledge. So for public speaking, there's 2 main contest opportunities for you. And then we're going to talk a little bit about some different opportunities that might not necessarily be contest related, but some different ways to get some public speaking in. So the first contest opportunity is going to be educational presentations. Now, if you've watched any of the other videos I've talked about up until this point, I've talked a lot about some educational presentation opportunities. So this contest is going to be a 1 to 2 member team. There's over 10 categories to choose from, and it's a max of a 12-minute presentation. So with this, you can pick the category, and then you just put a presentation together talking a little bit about that product, or that topic, sorry. And through that, you'll give the judges a little bit more information on what that what that topic is for you. So this past year we had one on learning how to grade eggs. We've also had some on some different technology advancements in animal science. So really you can find just about anything you're passionate about and be able to do an educational presentation on it. The next public speaking contest we have is our actual public speaking contest. So that's going to be an individual contest. Your speech is a max of 8 minutes, and the topic can be just about anything that you want to talk about. It doesn't have to fit into any category. As long as it's within 8 minutes, you are good to go. And then some other opportunities. As I mentioned, there are some major stock shows that do offer public speaking contests. So that's one way to get some more practice in with public speaking. Anytime you're speaking at your club, county, or district meetings, that also will help you work on that public speaking, so you can, lead the pledge at your 4-H meeting, talk a little bit about what you're doing out in 4-H, if you've won any awards, anything like that. And then there's other 4-H contests that will always use some type of public speaking skill. So anytime that you compete in a 4-H contest, most of the time, you're going to have some kind of interview. So you're using those public speaking skills. It's not necessarily a public speaking contest, but it's bringing in those aspects of public speaking that you've learned from other places within the program. Next up, we have our theater and performance arts project area. So one of the biggest contest opportunities is going to be our Share the Fun contest. So this is going to be a 1 to 9 member team, and there is, as you can see, there is 7 different categories to choose from. So you can put any type of performance together, and as long as it fits under either choreographed routines, dramedy, poetry, prose, vocal, celebrate 4-H, musical/instrumental, or solo/band, you can enter that into our Share the Fun contest. So this contest typically will take place in April or May at our district roundup. And so basically you put this act together and then you present it to judges. So there are time limits. You have 4 minutes to set up your props and 6 minutes to actually perform your skit. So this year we actually had a group of girls go to State 4-H Roundup and compete and Share the Fun. And they actually were under choreographed routines using a flag routine. So it's a lot of fun seeing some different acts in these categories and how they bring it all together. So our next 2 projects are going to be our workforce and career prep and our youth entrepreneurship. So those 2 kind of go hand in hand. With that workforce and career prep, you'll learn a little bit about some future jobs, figure out what kind of things interest you, what kind of jobs you might want to do. You might even tour some different facilities for different industries, learn how to develop a resume, and then practice some interview skills in that while you're going through that project. Then we have our youth entrepreneurship, which will help you learn how to design your own product and business, explore some different business models, see what works, see what doesn't work, and maybe even hear from or shadow some successful business professionals. So today's code word for our leadership and citizenship project area is going to be ambassador. So now that this is the last video, if you've watched all 5 of them, you can go in and submit all of the code words at one time. Or if you've been submitting them as you watched, make sure to submit this one by August 6th for a chance at a prize. So thank you for joining us over the last 5 days for some Big 5 project area informationals. I hope that you've learned a little bit about our different project areas. And if you have any questions about this specific project area or any of the other project areas, as I've mentioned, you can find us on all of our social media platforms, and you can feel free to send me an email or give us a call at the office.